Hello everyone and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is a message from your future self. There are 4 piles to choose from. I suggest choosing the pile that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose the first pile, the Ace of Cups, because the cherry blossoms on the card remind me of a cherry blossom festival I went to a few years ago. So feel free to pause the video now to select your pile, and I will put the timestamps in the description down below. Thank you. If you selected pile 1, the Ace of Cups, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 7 of Swords, Justice, the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and the Chariot. All right, my pile 1s. So what does your future self want to tell you? Let's begin with your tarot spread. So right off the bat, we have the 7 of Swords. Your future self wants to tell you that these feelings of having been betrayed or having had someone not show you their true intentions is something that you had to go through because it ultimately was a learning experience for you. And for most of you, this is in regards to either a crush or a romantic relationship, something like that. So it could be that you really liked this person and you kind of thought they liked you, but then they did something like they went and started dating someone else, or they never really followed through on anything that they said. And because of that, you felt like this person was either playing you the whole time, they were tricking you, which made you feel bad because you feel like, am I gullible? Am I delusional for thinking that this person could have respected me or wanted to be with me or whatever? And that is not the case. This is just something that you've had to learn from, so that way you can be prepared for the person that does want to respect you. And with the second card in your spread being Justice, I'm hearing that this is something that has really impacted your confidence levels when it comes to relationships. And this is because it feels like it's unfair. It feels like you did everything right. Like you probably are a really great communicator. You're a good partner to have. You're very giving. You're very affectionate. You give people their freedom. But it doesn't feel like you ever get that in return. It feels like you're always getting played, or nothing ever works out. And there's that fear there that these people who have hurt you in whatever way are going to be able to move on and find someone or be with someone that really wants to be with them, while you're going to be alone. And it just feels really unfair. And your future self wants to tell you that you're not going to be alone forever. But the biggest, most important thing to kind of come out of that mindset is you have to give up this 7 of Cups in the middle of your spread. The 7 of Cups, it's a daydreamy card, but it can also be a card of illusions. So seeing the good in something that's not there. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, you have a tendency to overlook red flags, or they're just not that big of a deal to you in the moment because you have, I think for a lot of you, when you have a crush on someone or you're in a relationship with someone, you don't like them as much as you like the idea of the potential that you see in them. So you go into a relationship maybe thinking, this will be really nice. We can go on nice dates. We'll be really romantic together, whatever. But that's just your idea. And then this person is not that person. This person is their own, plethora of experiences and background and their own ideas about romance. And they're not going to be this fantasy that you've laid out in your head necessarily. And I'm not saying that you should not be a romantic. It's very nice to be an open-hearted person, especially in a world where we get told to push that down. We get told that we shouldn't be optimistic or be open with our emotions. And I don't think that's a bad thing. However, I think that if you are someone who tends to put a lot of weight into someone onto a relationship because of the potential that you see, then you might be setting yourself up for disappointment. And your future self is saying that too. And your future self is saying that is why you got to learn to walk away from that, this 8 of Cups. This 8 of Cups is all about moving away from something. And the 8 of Cups kind of has a connotation of the thing you're moving away from isn't necessarily bad. It could be something that you've really enjoyed that's just not serving you because there's something better out there. And that's what I'm picking out through this, is that this building someone up in your head is not serving you anymore because of this past 7 of Swords energy that has come into your life. Because you believed that whoever this was in the past could be your fantasy, your dream partner, and you were disappointed, you felt blindsided by their betrayal or their lack of follow through, not understanding their intentions, whatever it is that came with you. That is why this needed to happen, was so that way you can decide, okay, I cannot make this person be the romantic person that I want them to be, but I can bring romance into my life. I can treat myself in the ways that I want to be treated, like I can wine and dine myself. I can treat myself. I can really be nice to myself and look in the mirror and tell myself that I look good or whatever. And I know it's not the same as if you have a partner, but I think for a lot of people in this pile, there's a very strong message of only really wanting to receive that externally. And your future self is saying you really have to transition all of that fantasy, all of that care and time thinking about another person. You have to move it toward yourself. And that is what this last card in your pile, the Chariot, is about. The Chariot is just a card of self-determination. It's about figuring out a way to move forward. And so for a lot of you, your future self wants you to know that you have the power to decide. I feel like a lot of people, especially women, and I know that most of my viewers are women, we have a tendency in relationships, with crushes, in romance, just in general, we want to be chosen. We're always trying to make it so that way we are chosen. But sometimes I think we forget that we also have the ability to choose. So like if you have a crush on someone and you're texting them and they ghost you, it feels like, oh, they didn't choose me, like there's something wrong with me. But you have to flip that thinking and think, okay, I don't want to choose someone who doesn't text back. Like this person clearly doesn't know how to communicate. So that's the way you have to look at it, is you have to be like, I get to decide what kind of behaviors I would put up with in my life. I get to decide whether or not someone actually meets these standards, these fantasies that I have. And I don't have to try to fit, a square into a circle and try to make this person that clearly is not emotionally mature enough to live up to my standards. I don't have to try to force them to be with me because it's not going to work anyway. And not all of you, this will be a romantic relationship. With some of you, this just applies to another kind of relationship you have. So it could be like with a boss or with a friend where you really just, you had expectations of what you wanted your relationship with them to look like. Like if it's your boss, you wanted them to be really supportive, and then maybe they did something that felt kind of like sneaky, like maybe they talked poorly about me to another coworker. But you have to remember that needed to happen so that way you get to control the circumstances of your life to an extent. You get to decide which direction you take. You get to decide if this relationship isn't serving me, I can walk away and find something new, and I can be really nice to myself in the way that this person isn't. And the same thing goes with friendships, with family members, whatever. But the reason why I say that I think for most of you this has to do with romance is because of the pile marker you chose, this Ace of Cups, which is a card of budding relationships, and most of the time it does have to do with romance. So that is what is coming through very strongly for me. But overall, pile 1, your future self wants to tell you that this pain, this feeling of betrayal or being unwanted that you went through was to make you stronger. So you realize that it's not that I'm unwanted. I am being redirected by the universe to figure out what it is actually going to serve me and make me satisfied in a relationship, because I get to decide. All right, my pile ones, that is it for your reading. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 2, the world, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Emperor, the Moon, the Six of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 10 of Cups. All right, pile 2s, you are my juicy pile. So let's start off with your tarot spread. Right off the bat, we have this Emperor. And I'm hearing that for pretty much all of you, most of you here, this is someone in your life or someone that is going to be coming into your life in the near future who comes off as being someone that is kind of like an expert at whatever they're doing. So it could be someone that you work with who's like in a higher up position, or they're an expert on like a specific thing within your company. Or if you go to school, they're like the president of some club, or they just come across as really smart. They could be a professor, something like that. But this person has power, and it's power that seems like they deserve it. So they don't come across as someone who is abusing their power or kind of just fell into that. They seem like a hardworking person, and they seem very stable and someone you could approach if you have issues, and they would be able to solve it. But this person is not particularly like friendly necessarily, which is not to say that they're not nice. It could be that they're just kind of a little bit shy, or they're more reserved or introverted, so they don't really share that much about themselves, or they don't really go out of the way to introduce themselves to people. But they are approachable, just not someone that you would be able to get to know easily. And that is why we have the Moon next to this Emperor. And the Moon is a card of things being hidden. You know, at nighttime, you can't see that well. There's something about this person that is hidden from you, and your future self wants you to know exactly what that is. I'm going to get into it. But I'm hearing that their feelings, when they talk to you, you're not really sure how this person feels about you. Like, you're not sure if they like you, if they hate you, if they think that you're competent, if they think that you're like dumb as bricks. Like, you don't know what's going on when you talk to them. Which makes you a little bit nervous, I'm hearing, because I don't think you have really like strong feelings about them either way. Like, I think that you generally look up to them or admire the strength and like the competence that they have, but you are not like, you don't hate them, you don't really love them because you don't know them that well. But here's the thing, this person actually really likes you, and the way that you're going to figure this out is this Six of Pentacles. They are going to express that they like you through their love languages, which is, unsurprisingly, it's not words of affirmation. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to be straight up about it. They're probably going to either give you little gifts. So like if you're in the office together, they'll bring you some coffee. They'll say, hey, do you want to like come out to lunch with me? They will give you like, I don't know, a really cool pen or something. It's like, you know how penguins, when they mate, they'll give each other like the fanciest rock that they can find on the beach. This person is giving major penguin vibes. This person, it's like they won't come out and just be like, hey, I like you. They're like, here's a token of my appreciation. But I'm also hearing that they are into acts of service as well. So if you come to them and you need help with something because they're the expert in this area, or they are in a higher up position than you, they will definitely go out of their way in helping you. They like to be really generous with their time, especially when it comes to you, because this person likes you, and they just will kind of go out of their way to try to make whatever task you have at hand, whatever, obstacles or like daily things you have, they will try to make your day easier, and that's their way of kind of expressing that they like you. So you think this person's really nice because they, give me these things, or they are really helpful with me, but they never really like tell me what it is that they're thinking. Like, it's hard to tell if they're just like this, if they're just kind of generous, or they like to be helpful, or if it's me specifically, and it is you specifically. I mean, they might be nice to other people, but they're going out of their way for you specifically, because the next card in your spread is the Lovers. This is someone that really has a mega crush on you. Not just like a normal crush. Like, they really, really like you. They want to date you. This is soulmate energy. For some of you, this is your soulmate, and your future self wants to tell you, so that way you're not like second guessing when you meet this person, or if you already know this person and you're having this experience where you're like, I don't know if they like me or not. Yeah, they like you. So your future self wants to help facilitate you two getting together. But the Lovers is such a beautiful, like, compatible energy. And I just heard there's a poem, I think it's called Having a Coke with You by Frank O'Hara. And I just heard that. I just heard the term having a Coke with you. But basically the poem is like, I could go and see like all these wonderful, beautiful like works of art in a museum or something, but none of these can compare to just being able to like sit next to you and drink a Coke together. And that is how this person feels about you. Like they could have the most amazing thing in the world in front of them, and they're still going to turn and look at you. It's like that cheesy like rom-com movie thing where people are looking out at like a great view, like the Eiffel Tower or something, and the girl's like, oh, the view's so beautiful, and then the guy's like staring directly at her, and he's like, yeah, it is. Like, that's the energy that this person is giving. They're kind of a simp. And then at the end of your spread, we have this 10 of Cups. So this tells me that this is someone that you can definitely be with long term. And like I said, this is probably your soulmate. This could be someone that you are with long term and that you start a family with. If you're interested in having children, this could be someone that you have children with. But there's a great feeling of emotional fulfillment here. This is someone that is just going to make you happy. They really go out of their way to try to make you happy. And with your pile marker being the World, and with this specific deck that I chose for the pile markers, these are different goddesses, and this is Gaia, who made the world out of nothing. So I'm hearing that it's almost like it feels like this huge, like, beautiful accomplishment, like securing you, being in a relationship with you to this person was like creating rainbows. Like, it really it feels like such an accomplishment to them when they secure you, when they get with you. And I'm also hearing that for you, it feels like this thing that starts off as just like a small seed or something, and then it becomes your whole world because this person becomes your family. So my pile 2 is your future self just wants to let you know, look out for this person. Look out for this person, because they're going to make you really happy, and you're going to make them really happy. All right, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Take care. If you selected pile 3, the Chariot, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. All right, my pile 3s. So I want to start off with this pile marker you chose for the Chariot. So the Chariot is really a card of, deciding what you want and going after it. And it's a card of determination and doing it yourself. And so I'm hearing that for the people that chose this pile, most of you are very determined people, and you have an idea of how you want your life to be or how you want it to go. And this could be about anything. This could just be like what you want your daily routine to be like, what you want your career to be like, what you want your relationships with other people to be like. And I'm hearing that for a lot of you, this is something that you think about a lot, is your kind of ideal self or your ideal life. And that is also coming through in this 2 of Wands, which is a card of planning. So I'm hearing that a lot of you kind of make plans or have ideas about what it is that you want. But the Two of Wands is still in the beginning stages of this. So I'm feeling like right now it's more of an idea of like a brainstorming than actually taking the steps to get there. And that is also coming through in your next card, the Two of Pentacles, which is a card of flexibility and kind of combing through like the practical steps and deciding what it is that you need and don't need and figuring out a way to balance that. So what I'm hearing is that for a lot of you, your future self, and this could be something like you want to look a certain way, like you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, you want to change your appearance in some kind of way. But it could be something more substantial, like you want to change where you live, or you want a whole new group of friends, or you want to be an expert in a specific topic, or you want a new career, something like that. So for a lot of you, like I said, it's something that you think about a lot, this lifestyle that you envision yourself with, but you have not really taken any practical steps yet. And you get frustrated thinking about the steps that you have to take because you are this Eight of Wands. You want things to come in fast. You want to think about it and have it be done tomorrow. And I understand that truly. It sucks having to, put in a bunch of work and not see results immediately. But your future self wants you to know that you do have to take the practical steps and wait, basically. It's not going to come just from thinking about it. So if this is something that you are really serious about, and it seems like you are with this Chariot, you have to start doing the steps today. There's no, I'll do it when I feel more like this, or I'll do it when I hit this goal first. If you want something, you can go ahead and do it. You can make it your life. You don't have to wait for some arbitrary, milestone that you've set up for yourself. You don't have to sit and think about it. You can do anything that you want. And the steps don't have to be crazy. In fact, I'm hearing, because we have these 2 twos at the beginning of your spread, the suggestion from your future self is to take it very easily. So, for example, if you are someone who is interested in losing weight or gaining weight or something like that, you don't have to go crazy. Just try like going on a 20-minute walk like 3 days a week, like something simple to start off with. Or if you really want to change careers, you can start researching like what requirements someone would need for the career that you want. So let's say you want to become like a zookeeper. You could Google what kind of degrees, what kind of certifications do zookeepers have, and figure that out. And then break that down into even smaller steps and figure out, okay, step 1, what can I do? I can apply to this class to get the certification. So your future self is really encouraging you to not get overwhelmed by the size of your dreams, because everything can be broken down into smaller and smaller steps. And if you just focus on doing one small step at a time, the larger steps will come more easily and they will come more organically. So your future self wants to tell you that all these small steps, it may seem like it's taking a long time to get where you want to be, but they all add up into one thing. And that is what is coming through in the next card in your tarot spread, this Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest card in the tarot. This is something that takes a long time. This is someone that takes a long time to come to you. But the Knight of Pentacles is also probably the hardest worker in the tarot. This is someone who's definitely getting stuff done. They're just taking their time doing it. So I'm hearing that that's exactly what your future self is saying. If you want to really come into the life that you envision yourself being in, you're going to have to put in the work, and it's going to take a while. And that is also solidified by the last card in your tarot spread, the Hanged Man, which is all about putting yourself kind of in uncomfortable positions in order to achieve this new height, this new enlightenment, this new ideal situation. And the uncomfortable situation is the waiting for you, unfortunately. I know you don't want to wait, but your future self is telling you it's part of the process because you need the time to bring yourself into the situation that you want to be in. You have to learn how to do it yourself because you're going to feel so much more accomplished when you can look back and say, I did all of this and I didn't have to, hurt myself physically or mentally in order to get there. I took it easily. I took care of myself while I was growing as a person and growing into this life that I really want. So overall, pile 3, what is your future self saying? Start working now. Don't be hard on yourself though. Keep an even balance. Make sure even though you're working, you're also taking care of yourself. And know that even if it feels like it's taking a long time to get where you want to be, you do get there eventually because of your self-determination and all of this work that you've put in. All right, my pile 3s, that is it for your reading. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 4, the Ace of Swords, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, my pile 4s. What does your future self want you to know? Let's begin with this Ace of Cups in your tarot spread. So right off the bat, I'm hearing that you have been wanting to foster a relationship with a specific person. And I'm hearing that for most of you, this is not romantic, but there is some of you that this will be romantic for. So what I'm hearing the most is like an older family member, but also it could be like a boss, but mostly I'm hearing family member followed by romantic relationship. So this is someone that you want to foster a relationship with. Maybe you're not that close to them right now. Maybe it's someone that you met recently. So it could be someone that you just weren't around growing up. But it is someone that you want to have in your life. And you want to have this Ace of Cups between you where there's this flowing of emotion and energy where you feel connected to this person. And with the Ace here, it is also telling me that right now you are not very connected because the Ace is at the beginning of the spread. So this is something that will be new or is new that your future self wants to let you know about. So next to the Ace of Cups, we have this Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of waiting to kind of reap the harvest of something that you've put work on. So I am hearing that if you don't know who I'm talking about specifically right now, it could be someone that you meet in the near future or you try to form a relationship with in the near future. So this is going to be someone, though, that you are really trying to put in the effort to secure this relationship. I'm also hearing for some of you, this is about a friend. So you meet someone and you think they're really cool and you want to be friends with them. And so you're kind of trying to spend more time with them or talk to them more and then eventually kind of transition into hanging out because you want them to be your like best friend. That's very cute. So who is this person? In the middle of your spread, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy. So this person's kind of a homebody. They're probably a little bit introverted, which might be why it's been a little bit difficult to kind of start up this relationship and get close to them. But they are really nice. They're very grounded people. That this would be a fun person to like go out to eat with. Like that's the vibe. They just kind of want to sit around and like talk about stuff with you. But I think that's an ideal friendship or an ideal relationship to have with anyone, to be honest. But you, on the other hand, you are coming across as this Page of Swords energy. So you are very curious about this person. This is someone that you want to know a lot about. And like I said, for a lot of you, this could be someone that's older in your family that maybe you didn't grow up around. So just like a scenario, maybe you did not know who your father was when you were a kid and you've recently found out and now you're trying to reconnect with this person, or you will be trying to reconnect with him in the future. For others of you, like I said, this could be a romantic relationship. So someone that you have a crush on and you're kind of slowly trying to get closer to them or get more in their life, or it's someone that you meet that you think is really cool and you want to be friends with. So you are very curious about this person. You want to learn more about them. But also with this difference between the king and the page, this is why I'm picking up that for some of you, this is a family member, because there could be an age difference here. But overall, I'm hearing that you feel like you are a little bit out of your depth with this person. Like you might look up to them so much that you feel like you are not really comparable to them. Like you feel like maybe they're like a lot cooler than you is what I'm hearing, or you feel like they're out of your league or something like that, which is not the case. I'm sure all my viewers are very lovely and very socially competent and can, people would be lucky to hang out with you or to get to know you. But that is the vibe that I'm picking up here, is that that's the way you feel around this person, because they are kind of very level-headed, and I think you are a little bit more energetic, or you're more curious. You want to kind of go around and try new things and learn new things. Or I'm also hearing that you are like quick-witted and you have a sharp tongue. So this person's more laid back. So you might come across, honestly, to them, they might find you a bit intimidating, because I'm hearing that you really know how to speak your mind, and not in a rude way, but just in a way that might be like off-putting to people who are not used to that, who are not used to kind of that like very open, honest communication from other people. And your future self wants you to know, this Ace of Swords at the end of your spread, you will have a breakthrough in the relationship with this person. So you will be able to get the communication, get the mutual respect and understanding that you are craving, that you have been working towards solidifying with this person. And the Ace of Swords is also what your pile marker was. So that is really a strong, strong message that is coming through, is that your future self wants you to know that whoever this person is, you are going to get the communication that you were craving from them. And all you have to do is continue being yourself, continue being curious about them, and putting in the work to spend time with them, and you will get there. All right, my pile fours, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care.